Hi, my name is Mr. Slim Gabor. I am here relaying information as I see it, read it, hear it, or lived it. Today I'm going to talk about substance abuse. And substance abuse first. First, I'm going to talk about my own substance abuse. My substance abuse began when I was about maybe, 12, 13 years old. I used to hang with a couple of my friends, and we used to go buy dollar joints from this lady up in Arlington Courts, which is the projects. And I smoked one. We'd go back, smoke another, go back. I'm like, I'm not getting high. They're like, you're not getting high. We high. So days go by. They going up there to buy joints again. I'm like, I'm not gonna keep smoking this stuff if I ain't getting high. So one thing led to another. Stopped going up there. So me and my friend be hanging with my other friend. I ain't gonna be naming no names and all, but so we hanging with him. Like, yeah, Sam don't get high when he smoke weed. I'm like, nah, I don't. So we ended up going over his mom's house where they had this big bone with water in the bottom of it. So they put some weed in the bottom of it, light it up. I hit it. My lungs fill up with smoke. I fall over out the chair, hit the floor. Boom. They had to pick me up, take me to the living room, and sit on the couch. So I'm so high, I'm sitting there. I wake up to a dog licking me in my mouth. They thought it was funny. I didn't think shit of that. So time went by. Now, I guess from smoking the bong, I guess that opened up my system to be able to get high. I don't know. But they say weed is a gateway drug. But I don't believe that because people get injured, they go to the hospital, the doctor, what they recommend, painkillers, Vicodins. They give them oxys. They give them Percocets. Then when they can't get a hold of them type of things, they how can I put it? They go find people on the streets, dealers, pill dealers. Then when they ain't got no pills, they end up finding heroin, fentanyl, try to take away that pain that they had. So being it weed is a gateway drug, I mean, maybe to a certain extent, yeah, but no. Out of all the times I done drink and smoke weed, I never thought about doing no heroin or no cocaine and none of that stuff. I just wanted to drink and smoke, have fun, talk to girls. It wasn't until I started hanging with the cool kids, quote, that cocaine was introduced to me. I used to hustle a little bit, so I was making a little money. I wanted to continue to make a little money. That's why I was hanging with the cool kids. All I wanted to do is just ride, drink, buy shoes and clothes, carry pistols, go to house parties. So all the stuff that a teenager wanted to do. Listen to loud music. But how did I end up doing my first line of cocaine? Well, I was riding with Tone and Suge. Those were some of my closest friends. Rest in peace to both of them. We was riding one day, listening to music. I think we might have had a fifth of Tanqueray gin, and they kept going behind buildings and stuff. I'm like, damn, they got a piss a lot. I thought it was. weird. Like, well, I ain't got to piss, so I stayed in the back seat. But they pissed one time too many. I'm like, shit, I got to piss too. But when I went behind the building, what did I see? I seen them with a CD case. I'm like, what are y'all doing? They're like, oh, you know. I'm like, what's that? Oh, give me some of that. What y'all hiding it for? That was my first time doing a line of cocaine. I couldn't tell you what I did after that, but I might have did it a few more times after that before I ended up going to jail for a probation violation or something stupid. But once I got out of jail, I didn't want nothing to do with it. So when my friends started acting weird again, I asked them, so where y'all get that shit from? They wouldn't tell me. I'm like, who's selling y'all this shit? They wouldn't tell me. So I left it alone. I probably would have did something stupid. But that being said, who knows? But by the time I turned 20, 21 or so, I had been drinking, smoking weed, popping pills, and cocaine. But that didn't change nothing. Till I went to the county jail again. I came up with this bright ass idea that I was gonna stay up all night and sell drugs. So I did some more coke, hanging with the cool kids once again, going against all my beliefs. But that turned in from making money to we just want to do coke and drink for fun. I tell you, some of the guys that I did coke with, a couple of them ended up smoking crack. I don't know if it was because that's all they wanted to do was coke. They didn't ever want to drink with it to try to mellow themselves out. They was just on straight geek mode, I guess. But I don't know. I have another story. This comes from a friend of mine, Nick. He told me that his first drink was when he was about 15. Said when he went to school, he was a guitar player, was in a jazz band. But one time high, they had a performance at a high-end hotel, but a few hours that went by, they had a few hours to waste, so they decided to go hang out with the girls and guys, and get drunk. He said that he never drank like that before because he didn't like the taste of it. But that night, I guess he might have been nervous or something, so he decided to drink the whole bottle. Before you know it, he was drunk. Said he enjoyed that feeling, being loose and unconcerned about his teenage troubles. But his friends let him know that they still had a performance to do. So they ran back to the school getting dressed along the way. Said once they got back, they got on the bus and they headed towards their destination. But he was so drunk, He was throwing up out the school bus window. So the conductor had the driver pull over and ask him, was he okay? He said, yeah, he was fine. So they continued on to their destination. But that was just the beginning. Once they got to the destination, said he had the worst performance of his life because he had to keep running back and forth to the kitchen in between songs, throwing up, vomiting, that is. But once the performance was over, he liked the way he was feeling. So the next day, he did it all over again. He became out of control, started using drugs and alcohol. Once he couldn't get no money for his addiction, he started stealing from stores, selling the merchandise. Once his parents found out he was doing all this, his father sent him out of town to stay with his mother, where his mother put him into a rehab facility for some months. But he was so out of control once he got out, he went straight back to that lifestyle. It took for him to hit rock bottom to realize that he didn't want this life for himself no more. With substance abuse, you gotta hit rock bottom before you can get yourself together. It ain't no overnight thing. You got to hit bottom before you realize. I don't think I met one person that could say they smoked some crack and just stopped, or they shot heroin one time and then stopped. Like nowadays, most of the people that shoot up, they out there dealing with that fentanyl and all type of stuff, dying from the stuff. And it's crazy because they OD off this stuff, but want to do it again. Who does that? Who wants to do that? Die, be revived, and die again. Keep doing this over and over. Like now, I'm in prison. You have other inmates smoking meth, doing fentanyl and all type of crazy other stuff, trying to smoke bug spray. It's bad. I mean, it's really bad in here. Out there. Everywhere, really. But with that being said, this is Mr. Slim Goodbar signing out from today's listeners with more ways to look at life than just one. Until next time, I will continue to come up with topics to keep you coming back.